that Esau was not white, as in Donald Trump. Esau was not so-called white. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick it off at the birth of Esau. So let's go to Genesis chapter 25. And I'm going to prove without any shadow of a doubt that Esau himself was not white. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And before I start, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'll read from the Scriptures translation. Again, the Scriptures translation is by the ISR.
Before I continue in this video with the rest of the intro, I want to show you what Bible he reads from, the Biblia Hebraica Bible by Rudolph Kitzels, right? Listen to the names. And Paul E. Kale, okay? You can see these two. And this is who this Yah Israelite went to do his research to find out who Esau actually is. We're also going to show you the reason why, and those of you in the know, you know, of why this is set up to hide this particular name that we're going to go into in the lesson.
It's a great translation. It's a great translation. It's a great translation. It says, and Yahuwah said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 people shall be separated from your body. And 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older serve the younger. So right here, you have to understand that Rebecca was pregnant. She was pregnant with twins. And it says 2 nations were in her womb. So that's simple. 2 nations was in her womb. Esau represents a nation. Jacob represents a nation. So a lot of Hebrew Israelites, they will say, see that? They were twins. Fraternal twins. But that is not true. Esau and Jacob were identical twins. He took a goat skin and put it above his arm, that by reason of its hairy roughness he might by his father be believed to be Esau. For they being twins, and all thing else alike, differed only in this thing. Let me read that again. That by reason of its hairy roughness he might by his father be believed to be Esau. For they being twins, and in all thing else alike, differed only in this thing. That was the only difference between Esau and Jacob, was his hairy skin. For the complexion, red or ruddy. So Esau was red or ruddy. Red or ruddy, huh? Red or ruddy. Red or ruddy. The Hebrew word H119, red or ruddy. Did y'all know that Adam was also described as the same Hebrew word, red or ruddy? So was Adam also a so-called white man?
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, the Most High. In the name of His Son, Bahashem, in the name of His Son, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. And double honors to the elder apostles and even the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors and salute to you other brothers scattered abroad. Even you supporters in the families of this faith, right? Even you few sisters, shalom to you, that's trying to stand firm in the truth and sincerity. Anyway, I want to touch on this lesson with this guy who, Israelite. He doesn't do proper research. He hates the Israelite camps more than he can love the truth. And this is why he's destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Now, to go further in the lesson, you heard this guy say red or ruddy, right? These are, again, one of these universal words. Again, when you look at the urban dictionary or words that's always evolving, even today, you'll have words that mean totally different things. Now, somehow they're associated ruddy with the actual red throughout the translations, but we're going to show you. It's probably a lot to go into, but we're going to show you and kind of wipe this all the way through. Job 9:24, real quick. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So that's the question. So in this lesson, we're going to show you who is the hands of the wicked. Now, as I put in the intro, there's a couple clips or a couple of those pics of what they were trying to do to hide who they actually are. Now, we're going to go into, we go to what you call the Rothschilds, right? Surname Rothschild. And Roth, you got to go to that word Roth, the surname, the actual meaning is red. So you would see red child. You can look this up. This is not hard to figure out it's Google. So this is not some secret mystery that we haven't been able to figure out, which we know to be true. It actually goes to German, Jewish, Ashkenazic nickname for person with red hair. Now, let's go to Genesis 25 and 25. Let's go to Genesis 25. I think it's Genesis 25 and 25. May jump around a little bit. It says, this is another thing that I paid attention to. It says, Genesis, I'm not there yet. 25, verse 25. I thought I had it up. Okay, here we go. Let's go to 23. This is what he read. And the Lord said unto her, talking about Rebekah, 2 nations are in thy womb. And he kind of skipped the 2 manner of people. He just said 2 different people or something like that, or 2 people. He kind of skipped over the 2 manner of people. Why didn't he say that? See, that's the trickery when you're dealing in these books, in these translations, just to hide the fact of what it actually said, or to keep the truth hidden. And this is the trickery. And this is what this guy's trying to spew. He literally said 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, 2 people shall be separated. So they're identical. Although one says red all over like a hairy garment. But this is where the change comes in. When it says 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. You see what he did? We don't miss a beat. We don't miss any of that, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's designs. We're not ignorant of his designs. Okay? Now, when you go into this word Adam, go down to the Genesis Hebrew, the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. This is what it says. The Arabs distinguish 2 races of men, one red, ruddy, okay, which we call white, and the other black. But see how they said 2 races of people and they separated red, but then they put ruddy, which we call white. You see what they did there? And the other black. So, let's go to Genesis 4 4 and 15. This is going into Cain. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slay of Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him. So we're going to go to Numbers 12. This is going to Miriam. If you haven't, I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is when Aaron and Miriam and Moses, the situation where Miriam was running her mouth to Moses, and Moses cursed her through the spirit of the Lord cursed her through Moses. We're going to read that real quick. It says, let me just get to the point. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, talking about Aaron and Miriam, and he departed, and a cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. Right? This is a curse. This is why he's called wasted away, is he. Right? And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Right? And Aaron said unto Moses, this is the catch, alas, my Lord. Now, Aaron is the older brother of Moses, right? He said, alas, my Lord. This is what he's saying to Moses. I beseech thee, lay not that sin upon us. Now, you got to understand, if you read back in Exodus, where the Lord gave him the spirit to turn white, right? His hand, he put his hand in his bosom, came out white, and the other came to the other flesh. This is why the description with Esaw was determined, right? Because when babies come out, you didn't have them describing babies because they all kind of looked alike. Some shape or fashion. You had, you had healthy children, right? But here it goes. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I pray thee, lay not this sin upon us, where we have done foolishly and wherein we have sinned. And here's the point. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Who is this talking about? This is what happens when you have no melanin and the flesh is consumed. Right? So you mean to tell me from Romans the 9th chapter, when Apostle Paul in the book of Romans, when he said the Lord from the beginning, before they was even born, knew who was going to be chosen and who was going to have the curse. So the cursed one was looking like just like the blessed one. This is not how the Lord operates. He could have did it if he wanted, but this is what it is. Okay, so now we get past that part. So when we go to Obadiah, now when you sign an application or you fill out some census, or they want to know your genealogy, your heritage, or whatever, there's a particular word that begins with C in there, and they're asking you who you are. Are you Black American? Are you this? Are you that? Are you Caucasian descent? Well, let's go here. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart that deceived thee, though thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Now this is called the destruction of Edom, right? Though thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, any city that you look at downtown from the bird's eye view, yeah, that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like the clefts of the rock. You guess what you're sitting in? You got walls with sheetrock, glass made out of rock, right? The steel beams made out of rock. It's all rocks, right? Whose habitation is high because they get it from the earth. There's a certain kind of metal they get from the earth, but for mostly it's rock. You got brick buildings, your house. And this word comes from cavity or holes, caves, right? Clefts in the rocks, whose habitation is high, right? And build them skyscrapers. That saith in their heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So this is kind of sick that this Jake loves his oppressors so much, or hates us so much, that he tries to prove us wrong and throw us under the bus, which he think he is, but he can't. Even though he might not believe all this himself, but he hates the Israelites. or he may very well believe this. This is a guy whose mind is fully destroyed, and there's nothing you can do for him. Look at him. There's nothing you can do for him, right? He's gone. Anyway, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, we do know the Babylonians did. We know various other nations did. But when you look at it, and when it comes to the power structure, when we look into the Roman Empire, when Antiochus put hell on the Israelites, right? When they came over here and conquered the world by the waters, yeah, you know what it is. And these nations, not just America, they have that symbol, right? That's how you know. See, it's not all cut and dry, man. It's really simple. The Spirit have to be with you to know that. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. That's how we know. You know, that's how we know. It's not for everybody. So let's go to 1 Samuel 16 and 12. Now, when you go to Genesis 25 and 25, it says the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, right? Notice it didn't say the first came out ruddy. Notice that. But we're going to show you what the true word ruddy really means. A lot I may not be able to get to, but I just want to, destroy through the Spirit, destroy this false doctrine. And it says, and he sent and brought him now, where was this? That's 1 Samuel 16. This is talking about David. 16:11. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are there all thy children? Are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet a youngest, and behold, he keepeth a sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of beautiful countenance, and goodly to look. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. Now, this wouldn't be white supremacy and white Christianity, without saying something or putting like this in there and say, okay, this is what it is. They got that word red, which came along, and then they associated that word red because it sounded like ruddy, and then kind of put it together. Of course, with all the whitewashing and the Renaissance and the things that they did, right? So let's go to a translation back into the 1500s. In some cases, it says rhodey, right? This is the Bible of 1539, 1535. This is 1 Samuel 16 and 13. It says, where were we at? 16 and 12. It says, then sent he and caused him to be brought, and he was well colored. What did they used to call us? With fair eyes and a beautiful countenance. Right. You can't clearly think, that you're red and the blood shows through, that you're healthy. I don't know about that. Maybe some biblical scholars can work that out, or some scientists can bring us clarity on that. Now, let's don't get it twisted. Some of our people look like so-called white people. We have to say that. We're not stuck on that. But for truth's sake, this is what we're saying. Right? So let's go to another translation of ruddy. I'm just trying to make this quick and roll through this. Another translation of ruddy, according to biblical usage, 1 Samuel 17 and 42. Okay? It says, the ISV, when the Philistine looked upon and saw David, he had contempt for him because he was only a young man. David had a dark, healthy complexion and was handsome. You see how white supremacy and Christianity has twisted the minds? You had to know during the time of slavery, they put things in there and we couldn't read. We lacked education according to this society. And we believed anything that was taught and put on us to believe. So this man's, when you even go into the Zondervan, if I'm not mistaken, it'll say ruddy can mean red or dark-skinned Israelites. You can actually look that up. We're not making it up. That's exactly what it can mean. Red or dark complexion, black, so to speak, Israelites. So let's see what else we have. Yeah, red. So this is why you go to Genesis 25 and 25, it didn't say the first came out ruddy all over. Right? Now, when you look at the word ruddy in general, that can't mean completely red. That's why it says ruddy. So that can't mean red. It would be like a byproduct, so to speak, of a reddish. But mostly, it's a dark complexion. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You know, I try to roll through it. These Jakes, they try so hard to become deep, and they just don't have it. That's all I have on that. Shalom.